Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel, everyone. You got your boys, Lanny Burt here, the Dividend Diplomats. We're doing part two, everybody. Earlier in the week, we released our top 10 contender series where we talked about stocks 1 through 5. Today, we're going to talk about stocks 6 through 10. So we're going to feature 5 companies that have increased their dividend for at least 20 years and are on the verge of becoming a dividend aristocrat.
And guys, smash the heck out of that subscribe button. Give Bert and I a nice thumbs up. If you didn't catch the last video, the link will be above here. Click it. Check out the first 5 stocks that we talked about that are on their way to being dividend aristocrats. We've got 5 more. We're going to hit them hard. We're going to hit them fast. And I'm curious what you guys think of these 5 stocks. Let us know in the comments. How many do you own? And will all 5 get there? I know one, very much surprised me. So I'm curious if it'll surprise you when we cover them. But Bert, we've got 5 stocks. What were the last 5 again? If you didn't catch it, was Southern Co., Nike, Qualcomm, Lockheed, and Microsoft. Some big names. These next 5, you might recognize a few right off the bat for sure. There might be 1 or 2 that you aren't really too familiar with, but we're still going to cover it regardless. And Bert, what else are we going to take a look at on all 5 stocks?
We're going to run through our screener where we talk about PE ratio, payout ratio, dividend history, and dividend yield. Remember, we're just sharing the metrics, so we look at them for all stocks. So we're going to run them through our screener here. And then for each one, we're going to talk about what their last dividend increase was as well, comparing it to the 5-year average. So let's kick this off, Lanny. Let's talk about the first stock in part 2, or number 6. You've talked about this one several times here, Lanny. I cannot remember. Do you own this company?
Oh, you better believe it. We own it in my wife's account.
All right.
We do. Oh, it's true. It's Kurt Angle. Damn true.
Wow, Kurt Angle, damn true. We know it's impressive because this company is Travelers, ticker symbol TRV. They've increased that dividend for 21 consecutive years. They are on that doorstep, 4 years away from earning that dividend aristocrat title. Massive insurance company. Travelers is down 14% year to date, just down 2% over the last year, 52 weeks. So it's been a tough 2023 for Travelers. But Laney, how are they stacking up in our stock screener?
A little tough, but guys, TRV again trading at just a little over 160 bucks. Expected earnings 12, PE's a 13. PE's 13, pretty low, but kind of higher in the insurance industry. But that payout ratio, it's all about payout ratio. If you want safety in that dividend, Travelers has a 33% payout ratio. So they get the old Lanny thumbs up. I know they get the Burt pile driver as well. But Burt, because they're on this list, they've been increasing dividends for over 20 years, 21 years actually. That last increase, which is awesome that you're displaying this, 7.5%, well above that 5-year average dividend growth rate at 5.28. Burt, that yield is climbing a little bit here because its stock is down 14%, right?
It's almost at 2.5%. So a nice dividend yield here for Travelers. Very nice. Give it a little kiss, There's
put that stock back in my back pocket here.
Oh, so that's it, everyone. Travelers was the first company we're going to feature today. Number 6 on our Dividend Contenders list. Number 2.
Oh, Bird, this one takes you down memory lane, doesn't it?
Best Buy, ticker symbol BBY. And why does it take me down memory lane? I owned Best Buy for a long time. And then I sold it. I sold it when they started the turnaround story. So there was a time where Best Buy, it was in that, are they going to be able to shift from brick and mortar to online retail? And it was a tough few years for Best Buy.
It was that Radio Shack, Blockbuster, Best Buy.
Yeah, it was there. They were next. They were like Goldberg, just sitting there screaming, "Who's next?" But that's the thing. I sold them. They've made a remarkable turnaround.
The Radio Shack stock.
That's exactly right. Or I guess it technically is held in there with the loss of it's just market value 0 and just sitting there. Kidding. I did not own Radio Shack. So Best Buy has had a great turnaround story. Look at it. The stock price is now back over $70. They've come back. Yes, that's right. And so how are they doing this year? They are down 9.63%. So they've had a great 5-year run, but they're down this year, like so many companies, down 2.72% over the last 52 weeks. Yeah, that's Best Buy, though. They've increased that dividend for 20 years, and that's why they're on this list here. So this one kind of shocked me that they were here. What about you, Lanny?
First, let us know if you guys ever own Circuit City or Radio Shack stock. We want to know in those comments below, and we'll send our condolences. This one, yeah, definitely surprised me though. But hey, last increase was decent with retail. You got to respect it that they still did it. 20 years, dividend yield over 5% now. Obviously, you're paying to wait till, obviously the inflationary, recessionary concerns start cooling down. Maybe this time next year, we'll see. Yeah, freaking Best Buy, guys. Best Buy.
Let's run them through the metrics quickly. PE ratio is 11.68. Payout ratio is at 59% at the top range of our threshold, but still gets the pass. Their last dividend increase was much lower than their 5-year average of 17.9%. That last increase was 4.50%, which is probably prudent in this era where so many companies are struggling. Not a bad time to do a lower than average dividend increase.
Yeah, especially because, obviously people working at home during COVID, they were having some really strong years because people were trying to update their houses, trying to get all the equipment that they needed. So Best Buy obviously was benefiting from that. Yeah, overall, good stock. Surprising that it's performed like this and keeps churning out dividend growth.
Yeah, the one thing we've missed, Lanny, that yield has now climbed over 5% right now. And that's why a few people are watching Best Buy, and I've seen it on DivTwit on the Twitter feed. People are thinking and talking about Best Buy. So that was number 2 today. Lanny,
let us know if you guys own Best Buy.
Yeah, who's number 3, Lanny?
Oof, Bird. I mean, I'll do the honors, but Texas Instruments, ticker symbols TXN, guys. Again, bring out that TI calculator. It's time to see if these numbers add up. No pun intended here. But yeah, they were trading at almost $165, 164.71 with forward earnings of 745. A little bit higher on the PE ratio of 22. But Bert, how does that dividend safety look with that payout ratio from Texas Instruments right now for this dividend contender, brother?
It's a hair above our threshold. It's at 66.58%. So not too far above, not to the point where we're concerned, but not a low dividend payout ratio. It's creeping up.
Bert's not sleeping at night. He hasn't slept in 6 days, but it's all right.
Yeah, I'm sleeping fine. This is the one I've been nibbling on here or there. 5-year dividend growth rate, 14.87%. Their last dividend increase was in September 2022 at 7.83%. What does that mean? If the last increase was last September, what do we have coming down the hopper here for Texas Instruments?
A dividend increase?
Yeah, they're going to be coming. So keep your eyes out, everybody. Let's freaking go. And as we said, we've increased that dividend for 20 years. Lanny, what is their yield, though? That's the big
yield is now at 3%. Stock's been pretty much flat for the last year and year to date, guys. So that's Texas Instruments. Let us know if you've been buying this beast of a stock. If you guys think dividend growth is going to resume stronger than ever starting now in this month.
Right now.
It's time to get into that fourth stock. Rip the Band-Aid. Hit him with the sweet chin music. What stock is that?
Chesapeake Utilities. Ticker symbol CPK. This one's never been on our radar, Lanny. I can't think of an article we've ever written about Chesapeake or a video where we've ever talked about them.
Hey, but for 20 years they've been growing dividends. So let's dig into it. What's the price to earnings though, Bert? I mean, trading at $107. PE is at 20 right now.
Yeah, that is insane to me that Chesapeake's trading
a little high for energy, right?
It's a little high. So I mean, that's probably why we haven't considered them too much, so with all things considered. So let's move through the payout ratio. The payout ratio is actually low for the utility sector. So they're bucking the trend of the utilities here. Is at 44%. And how's that dividend growth looking, Lanny?
It's actually really nice, to be honest. 20 years again of growing dividends. Average is 10.29. The last increase was 10.28. So it's like, I've never seen something so closely mirror the 5-year average.
I definitely did a double check when I put those numbers in there because it was crazy. And then lastly, they've increased that dividend for 20 years. And this is the last interesting piece here for Chesapeake. Their yield is only 2.20%. So low in the utility sectors. Everybody in the comment section, we don't really know much about Chesapeake. We're not going to pretend like we know much about it. There's a reason why their yield's so low and their metrics are so different from other utility companies. Please share it so the community can learn a little bit more about it down there too.
Remember, CPK is not for California Pizza Kitchen, for those that were curious.
Could go for some pizza. So speaking of Pizza Kitchen, let's talk about stock number 5 on this list.
Yeah, speaking of food, this is where we usually get our food at Waste Management. Ticker symbol is W.
Yeah, they put
Dumpster
everything in that
dive.
green. Yeah, they put the green box, the green bin in your front yard every week, Wayne, and you take your groceries in, don't you?
Yeah, so bring it here. I just just drop them off.
Yeah,
Yeah, guys. The only thing we're diving for in the dumpsters is for dividends, and that's what WM does.
look, we all know Waste Management. They're obviously the largest. They're one of the best. They're high. It's a tough sector. It's them. It's Republic Services and maybe one or two other ones, but pretty much Waste Management owns this market. Let's run them through the screeners here. Price 156.90. P ratio is at 26.41. So they trade a premium probably for a reason.
Probably for a right reason, because usually Waste Management is the most expensive garbage service that you can find in your neighborhood. Who here knows what I'm talking about? If you guys are paying Waste Management and there's another provider, shop that around, save yourself some money right now. And guys, let's look into that payout ratio though, because it is looking really nice because they pay 70 cents a share per quarter or 280 per year, 47% on the payout ratio. Smack dab in the middle. You know we're liking that. But Bert, what does dividend growth look like, even though we already know they've been juicing it?
5-year dividend growth rate is 8.69%. Their last dividend increase was 7.69%. So right in line with their average. It doesn't really get much better than that.
Yeah, really nice. And these were a lot of these high quality businesses are. They yield 1.78%, but again, you kind of match that perfectly with an almost 8% dividend growth from the last time. It's a very good complement. It's a high quality. It's the
Very
highest of quality.
top-notch waste management services. But 20 years, that's how you get on the list. So everybody, let's just list the companies out here. We'll put the chart up with everything we've discussed. Travelers, Best Buy, Texas Instruments, Chesapeake, and Waste Management. Those are the 5 featured today. Overall, that concludes our top 10 Dividend Contender Series. So let us know how many of these companies you own. And also, too, let us know if you like this kind of list, you like this video style. We can come up with other ones, too. A little bit longer, split it into 2 parts, so it's not one massive video. We'd love to hear the feedback.
Guys, are these stocks to buy right now? Let us know which ones that you are buying from this list of 10 and from this video of 5. Again, Travelers, Best Buy, Texas Instruments, Chesapeake Energy and Waste Management. Keep saving, keep investing your money. And Bert, what's the last thing they need to do?
Remember, if you're not with us, you're against us, Jack.
That was Bert, the Hurt, and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.